Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Carrie again. If you're new, thanks for clicking in. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. We are going to start a new series since we finished Bags and Tags, where we're going to work on a junk journal using the composition notebook. This is from Pen & Gear, which is from Walmart, and I took it apart and tea stained the pages. When I tea stained these, I did it using a spray bottle, and it sort of sprayed off the lines. But I mean, it definitely looks old, tattered, and vintage. So I mean, the goal I was going for, I got just a lot more than I expected. But I chose to do that with this because I got some books from Walmart, obviously because it's Pen & Gear, and some of them I noticed the binding was off, like where the holes were put not down the center, and it kind of gave this weird look to the spine. So I took it apart. I just got to the center. I don't know if you can see here, but it's not, the stitch is not down the center. It's a little bit off to the side of the center. But I just went in with a pair of scissors and something else to lift it up, and I just cut all these and removed the thread. Now the other side of the thread is under this binding, so you'll just have to snip it down, as close as you can to the edge, which is kind of what I did. There's still a little bit of string there. I did poke holes in all the original holes. I realized I'm probably not going to use all these holes to rebind it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to rebind it, and I've added some additional pages into it. I'm going to add this vellum somewhere in there, and then this is parchment paper, but I like the crinkle in it. So I'm going to try to ink some of these, and then we'll get them into the binding. And I just have, this is just this like wax binding thread I got off Amazon, and it came with a little needle. And I will tell you right now that my book binding skills are not very good. I've been trying to practice more and more with it and doing a little bit better with it, and I just don't like the results. So I'm hoping that with a bigger notebook, because I was trying to do this with like small travel size notebooks, and I'm hoping with a bigger notebook I might actually be able to do it, and that worked great. So I did have to take out some extra pages out of here, because if I had all of the pages in here tea stained, and I did glue the pages together first, but with it being wet, they're coming unglued, so I may go back in and re-glue them again, or I might not. I mean, they have the crinkle without that, so maybe I'll leave it. We'll see. But right now I need to bind it back together, and I just want to kind of dingify this piece of parchment paper to go in here. Probably should have done this inking beforehand, so I will try to go fast. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's enough dingy paper inside here that it's really okay. The vellum is picking up this ink a lot better than the parchment paper. So I hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day, or Ash Wednesday. If you're single like me, it was just an Ash Wednesday for you, and my Ash Wednesday was fine. I bought myself my own Valentine's Day balloon and my own candy to treat myself for Valentine's Day, and yeah, and I did not eat all of it yesterday, because yesterday was Ash Wednesday, and I was supposed to fast. Kind of forgot about that, but didn't gorge myself on candy, so kind of went a little halfway on that. All right, so let's see. Let's find a place to put the vellum. Here, and let's staple it in here. I'm going to try to get this close together as possible. I just realized this is blocking the holes. So let's not have that here. So I want to be able to see the holes. Maybe we won't have this. Here we go. And I don't expect this to turn out perfect, but it's supposed to look vintagey. So let's hope that that happens. And I want to get this tucked into this binding as possible. And then I'm going to clip it into place. And just so you know, we're not going to do the whole modification in this one video. As I said, it's going to be a series, so you don't have to worry. I'm not going to subject you to hours and hours of me trying to figure out how to bind a book. That is not going to happen. And it's going to look wonky, I think. Okay. It's probably going to be the best that we can get on here. And then I do have an awl. And like I said, I've decided I'm going to do 3 holes. So I think we'll go through here. Oh, there we go. It's coming. And then here, or here, here. Oop. And here. And I didn't think about it. I do actually have a little, like the pin cushion from Dollar Tree that I took apart that I generally use to poke the awl through, but I didn't poke myself, so no one had to see my blood. We're good. So I'm going to just do this like maybe 3 or 4 times. So take this. You know, I think I'm going to go one more over. Simply because when I do this, I'm going to have it so that the tie is in the center on the inside, and I'm going to have strings coming down so I can add some dangles. Now before we thread this, I'm going to take some of this Distress ink, and we're just going to pull the string through it. I just want to dull some of that bright whiteness on it. And I did test this out on another piece the other day, and it actually seemed to work rather well and not come off on my fingers. Although right now I'm going to see it on my fingers, but that's because I just touched the ink pad. Okay. So some of you may have seen how to do this on YouTube, others not. So now that I poke my holes, I just realized they're not real even. That's all right. We're going to put the thread in. You know, you don't want to thread it all the way through, just maybe a little bit. And we are going to go in through the middle. Now, if you wanted the tie on the outside, you would go in through the middle from the outside of the book. And then go back in here. We're going to pull this through. I'll probably leave that much here, and then we're going to go in, and you can go in from whatever end you want to go in. Go in through here. And just make sure you don't pull this away, and then you're going to go all the way down to this bottom hole. It's not cooperating. Pull that in. Pull that down. And then you're going to go back around through the middle hole. I actually went through a lot quicker than I thought. Okay, and then what you want to make sure to do is have, where your ties are in the middle, to have one on each side of this metal string. And I think what we're going to do, pull it nice and tight. You can take your needle off so you're not flinging it around. And make sure this is good and tight. And then you're just going to tie it off in the middle. One of the problems I have with tying off the middle is I've had the tie come undone, even though I've put it into several knots. And I think I'm going to knot it 3 times. And then as it comes down, you know, you can decide how far down you want your dangles. I'm going to cut it a little longer than I think I need, and then worry about that. And I will keep this extra piece. We waste nothing in this craft room because we're broke and we need everything. And then let's see here. Let's see if we did this right, you guys. I'll be so proud. I might cry. You won't see me, but you'll hear me. So as you can see, you know, the pages are all mismatched, but we're going for a junk journal, so I think it turned out rather well. Yeah. I am liking how this turned out. Okay. And it has all kinds of weird, I mean, the spray method is okay. I would just recommend, sorry, excuse me. I would just recommend, if you're doing something with lined pages, particularly when you know you're getting a cheaper version from Walmart, don't spray. Just soak it in the water, because I think that will keep it from smearing. Because when I sprayed, the water was hitting it and it was pushing the blue ink all over the place. But we don't waste, so we will use it. So now we just need to cover the outside of this with something, and then add dangles. And then on some of these inside pieces of vellum, we're going to add some rub-ons. And it just didn't take me as long as I thought it would, so I don't want to subject you to watching me try to re-glue all these pages, so we won't do that. But let me pause this, and I'm going to go get the cover that we're going to use, and we'll go ahead and cover the outside and the inside, and then we'll have that done, and then we'll call it a day on this video, and then I'll come back when I have the other good stuff that we're going to do. But I am really impressed how this turned out, so give me 1 minute. Sorry I didn't already have the paper prepared. I thought that binding the book was going to take a lot longer than it did, so it didn't. So let's cover it. I'm going to have to cut this, but don't worry, I know the measurement, so it's not like I have to sit here and guess or anything. And we'll save that for a pocket. I will not subject you to watching me cut stuff for the pockets. Yes. Okay, so let's get the glue and our sticky tape, which is, none of this is very far, so we're good. Ran out of the good wide sticky tape, so we just have Dollar Tree stuff. So, update for all of you. I don't know how much of my talking you listen to or how much of my life you follow up on, but I mentioned that I had gotten a job and I thought my schedule was going to change. I have since had to step away from this job. There was just so much chaos and inconsistency going on with the company that I had started working for. They couldn't give me a schedule, and then they did give me one, and I took it away. And for someone who runs a YouTube channel, you know, I need to have consistency on when I'm working somewhere else so that I can be consistent with bringing you guys videos. And can't do that if I can't even get them to give me a schedule. So I walked away from it, and I learned a lot of things going through this. And that is, I don't know that I really want to go back to pharmacy. You know, I liked the idea of being back where I could help people. I really like helping people. But I can easily do that as a regular cashier. But I wasn't even fully in the pharmacy, even working as a tech yet. And I already felt the pressure to, you know, hurry up and get things done. And that, you know, the heat from them being short-staffed. And believe me, I get that. You know, I worked in the pharmacy for many, many years. We were short-staffed for many, many years. But, you know, you can't force me to finish the training any faster than that training goes. You know. So, I just realized that wasn't going to be for me. That wasn't going to do me any favors. And not having that consistency played havoc on my depression and my anxiety, particularly my anxiety, because, you know, I was anxious, like, am I working, am I not working, are they going to call me, should I try to film a video, what if they call me in the middle of filming a video and they need me to come in, you know, that's no good, that is no good, you guys. So, did fill out some more applications, and I think we're just going to go for a simple, mundane cashiering job, because, to be honest, my passion is not in pharmacy technicianing. It's in what I'm doing with you guys right now. And that is what is important to me. So, and we'll take the box cutter. Let's go with the biggest side. I just changed the blade on here, so hopefully. And if you do this and you use the box cutter to cut off, I would recommend go slow. Even if it has to take you 2 or 3 goes over it, go slow. Because if you dig in deep trying to quickly get that off of there, you're going to end up with a problem. I have messed up so many of these books trying to rush, so don't do that. That's why I decided to do this as a series rather than try and do the whole book in one shot, because like I'm not even going to film all of these things in the same day, you know. Also, for those of you who liked my tidying up videos and my craft space videos, I got one of those coming, you guys, and it is going to be a massive overhaul. I have decided that my craft space is not functioning the way I need it to function. It is a mess, and I don't have things I need out where I can get them, and then I have things that I don't particularly go for all the time out where I don't need them to be out. So we're going to take my whole craft space apart. We'll go little by little, and I may do two to 3 videos just doing the cleaning. But everyone seems to like those videos, so yeah, I think it'll be okay. Okay, that's the one side done. Now we'll flip it over and do the back side. And back side is going to be this. Now, I am going to cut this one too, and I will make it super quick because I don't really need it a specific size. I just don't want these. Well, I seem to have lost. Here I was trying to make this quick for you. I really need a new blade for this. My blade keeps coming apart. And I'm sorry, I was trying to do this quick for you guys. I can't get the blade out. So I think we're going to have to make a trip to the craft store and get me some new blades because this is ridiculous. Okay, let's put that in carefully down here. And now we can put this on the back. Because we will ink this ourselves and stain it up ourselves. And if I kept those on, you would have maybe only a couple sides that had this little darkened edge. You don't care. Let's just keep going. So, I don't remember what I was saying, but I was telling you guys that I walked away from the job. It does mean, you know, some tightness in the financial area, but I ended up changing banks because my previous bank that I was at, which was Chase, they charge a lot for their checking accounts. They were going to charge, if my checking account under, their minimum is $5,000, you guys. Who the heck has a minimum of $5,000, you know, working minimum wage in their account? No one. Not even a single person has that. Well, I did at one point, but still. I wasn't going to be able to keep that, and, you know, without getting a job, which kind of put the pressure on me as well. But, so I switched banks, so now I have an account that's free. So now I don't have to worry about, you know, if I go below a certain amount of money, I'm going to have to worry about being charged by the bank for money that I don't have. I mean, don't you think that's weird that they charge, whenever something goes wrong with your bank, they charge you money that they know you don't have, you know? Like, maybe they should just be like, okay, you know, you don't have any money in your account, you're overdrawn, you need to come down to the bank and put in one day's labor. You'll scrub the floors, vacuum out the seats and carpets, and that we'll call it even on your overdraft. I mean, because, you know, what's the point of charging you more money when they can clearly see you don't have it? Anyway, sorry, that's the end of my rant. And I swear we're almost done with this video. And there's that. Now, if you're wondering, I am going to cover this. I purchased this black bookbinding tape, and I've already used it on my notebook, but it looks very nice, and it works really well on here. It's nice and good and sticky, so it'll cover up the string back here, because I don't really want the string showing. Back there. Okay. Alright. Let's give this a cut. And I'll tell you, doing the inside is going to be a lot easier. Nothing needs to be cut, just trimmed. And like I said, I won't subject you guys to the pockets today. Besides, I'm not quite sure how I want to do the pockets just yet anyway. So, I'm really impressed how the binding went. I was really concerned I was going to mess that up. Because I can tell you guys right now, I have not done a successful book binding since I bought the thread. But I realize now, I guess, that I need a bigger book to work with. Because them little baby books, I was trying to make little traveler's notebooks, like I said, and they were just not coming out right. And again, if I show you those, you might think differently, because we tend to be our own worst critics. Alright, back is done. Looks good. And I will be inking it, so that it will look okay. These are going to be the inside, and I'm not going to cut them. I'm just going to attach them. So, alright, not bad. It will need to be inked, which we'll do at a later time, or I'll do off screen, because you've seen me ink stuff before. I don't think you need to see it again. But I think that's going to be it for this video. So this will be part 1, and then I'll have some more where you see me add decorations and embellishments to the pages. But I think this is turning out really well, and I look forward to seeing the finished finished product. So please tune into the following videos. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to come back and see more, hit that subscribe button, especially if you want to see the remainder of this series. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know when I upload it. And just remember, I am just me, crafting for mental health, one DIY at a time. Helping myself and others, one DIY at a time. And I'm not always completely put together. But anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.